me just tell you, one of the things I think is really great that's happening in America right now is the credibility of the US government, the intelligence community, the media, all of that taking a massive hit in the minds of a lot of people who previously didn't see it, right? And so there's many of us who've been listening to Ron Paul for decades, who are like not surprised that right now we're finding out that like basically the Afghan government and military was a big grift and a lie. Like it was going to collapse no matter what, that we were being lied to by the Pentagon and intelligence people and the government all these years. We're not surprised. Like we totally knew it. And it's like, but there's a lot of people that are surprised. They're getting their eyes open. Well, same thing's happening with the January 6th narrative right now. See, from the jump, January 6th had to be as bad as 9/11 or the Civil War combined. It had to be that bad. And because there's an agenda that they want out of it, which is Patriot Act 2.0, which is, to turn us, people who love freedom and liberty, not just MAGA people, by the way, people who respect individual rights, property rights, to turn us into domestic terrorists. And so the January 6th narrative is crucial. It's got to remain. And so this is one of the reasons why I believe that, a week after the 6th, when I posted a movie trailer for this film on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube, that I was then permanently suspended from Twitter and Facebook as a result within 12 hours. And YouTube took the video down because we were, even in that moment, sort of showing a chink in the armor of the narrative, because Jake was kind of an articulate, likable guy that anybody who'd watch it be like, okay, listen, made a mistake, probably shouldn't have been there, didn't use good judgment, but not dangerous. Let's be clear about that. Most people are going to get that impression. And it's like, he's got to be turned into Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And in fact, when we started to pitch this film to the big platforms, because we recognized that this is a film that has massive potential as like, it meets the Netflix scroll test, right? Like, even if you're not into politics, you see that guy in a movie about that guy on January 6th on Netflix, a lot of people are going to watch it. Yeah. Well, those people said they were offended that we would pitch this film to them because that's like Osama bin Laden getting a platform on there. So immediately we recognized that our films were probably not going to see the light of day through traditional means because of the narratives around both the Stop the Steal election movement and around January 6th. And so that's when I got my huge wake up call as a guy who only had a few thousand followers on Twitter and Facebook that was making a movie. And I'm like, hold it. I didn't just get a warning. They weren't like, oh, take that post down. They're like, no, you're gone. You cannot be on these platforms because you posted a movie trailer. And, that was a wake up call to me. I recognized that this was happening. I recognized that big tech was, starting to act like an arm of the national security state. But when I found myself in the crosshairs, I recognized, oh man, this is a real big problem. And so ever since then, though we've been finishing these films and we're deep in post-production on it, the problem for us has been, number one, putting money together to finish them because we can't guarantee distribution at this point that's going to be profitable. And number two, I can't get the word out because, I still have very limited reach on social, given what's happened to me.